Whenever you mention Santa Barbara County to people who've been here from anywhere in the world, you often get the same response. What an amazing place. How lucky you are to live there. But what makes Santa Barbara County so vibrant and special? What creates the balance and harmony we see here of nature, development, and agriculture? For more than 35 years, the Land Trust for Santa Barbara County has worked hand in hand with community partners and local landowners, farmers, and agencies to conserve our lands in perpetuity.
We're both born and raised here in Santa Barbara, and we're currently raising a family here as well. And as we've grown up in this particular community that loves food, that has a significant portion of the county in agricultural production, we started to realize that there is this very diverse food system that we could impact.
There's just a huge number of things that do well in this cool coastal climate. I grew up here. It's a beautiful place. It's not the most financially rewarding thing to be in at times, but I just consider myself pretty lucky.
We appreciate that land conservation on private property boils down to contracts that will stand the test of time. But the reason why people do it, and it's not to make a contract, it's to preserve something really important to them so that people who come along in the future will be able to enjoy it in the way that they have.
They were going to build all the way to the ocean. All this stuff out here for miles was all going to be homes. This, as we know it, as a protective agricultural area, was gone. And I was always looking for some way to protect our ground and give people an incentive to pass it on to the next generation rather than cashing in their chips. And then the conservation easements came along, and so now it makes sense for people to hang on to it for future generations. We never would have gotten it done without the Land Trust.
Land is always in a state of change. You know, it's always evolving, changing, and up until this point, there's been a lot of friction of what the highest and best use is of land. Is it development? Should we be building a bunch of houses there? Is it agriculture? Should we be growing a bunch of food there? Or is it conservation? Should we be conserving this land for future generations and for ecological function? And what we bring is that yes, yes, yes.
Equally vital to the Land Trust mission is preserving vast regions of the county for wildlife habitat.
Well, I think with everyone's lives being so hectic and a lot of technology and a lot of things out there which are great, this gives you the perspective when you do come out to the Land Trust areas. You see things that have been here for so long that have been protected. I think everyone who's come out to these places has left with a little more of a spring in their step, and that's a valuable thing these days for sure.
I just really love all the nature and stuff because we kind of depend on it. I like creepy crawlies. Some of my favorites are praying mantises, tarantulas. We use the technique that goes by a few different names, camera traps or trail cameras, and they can be tied around tree trunks.
The batteries would last a good few weeks, and then if we find somewhere good, we just let it do its thing for a while. For us, trying to show people that this stuff is on your doorstep, and even if you don't see it, it's out there. I think Santa Barbara Land Trust are doing a great job. You can see the results. We're the results.
The Land Trust envisions a future with conserved lands that engage and nourish both humans and wildlife. These conserved lands include beautiful trails and open spaces that provide recreational gateways accessible to all.
Hi, I'm Brianna Pettit, and I'm Orientation Mobility Specialist at the Braille Institute in Santa Barbara, and I help people with vision loss learn how to navigate their environments. Patricia and I have been working together since I started at Braille about 2 years ago. She has some usable vision. She does use a white cane.
Like a flowers here. Do you see the flowers here? They're like a rainbow.
I don't know how much learning really goes on in our lessons. We just enjoy each other's company. Oh, I see 4. There's 2 lying in the shade under a tree. 2 of them.
Beautiful place.
We define success by being a trusted partner to educators who wish to teach the value of the lands we share, to those seeking to grow healthy and nourishing foods, and to landowners wishing to conserve their properties for future generations.
The Land Trust is about the conservation of land, but it's also about a sense of time. We're in this for the long haul. We won't quit. We won't stop. And when you imagine that the work you do now might stand the test of time and still be doing something of value for people who won't be alive for another 100 years, it tends to inform everything you do. It's not just today, it's not just tomorrow, it's forever.
The ground doesn't go away, it's highly productive. You know, it'll be there as long as people take care of it. And we all try and do that.
In another 10 or 15 years, wouldn't it be great if you could come back to a place that you know so well and still know that it's being protected forever? It's not going to be developed, it's not going to be wiped out. It's kind of a good feeling that that's there, I think. It's kind of valuable.
I'd say more than kind of.
More than kind of, definitely.
Act now to conserve the lands you love forever by giving at sblandtrust.org today.